Hey y'all, it's your Celeb News. And before we dive into all the juicy details, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, share this video, and get into the comment below to let me know your thoughts on everything we're about to talk about. Alright, so I came across this old clip from about 3 years ago, but trust me, it's incredibly relevant right now, especially with the drama that went down this past Easter. And there's something Tiffany says in this clip that's just so ironic, it's almost too much to ignore. Tonight, we're talking about irony. Folks, without any further delay, let's jump right into it. So, Tiffany, back in the day, had a bit of an issue with something happening in the village, and naturally, she addressed it. This is from the days of the Coco era. So we're talking Zoom meetings, when people weren't even in the same room together. Can you imagine? But here's where it gets really interesting. Tiffany points something out in this clip, and trust me, it's going to hit you differently when you realize what she does next. Because with Tiffany, it's always opposite day. She goes on to say, "Board of Trustees and residents, I need everyone to know and understand there is no trespassing at the old village hall." Now wait for it. Did you catch that? She says, there is no trespassing at the village hall. But the way she says it, trespassing like it's the worst thing in the world. She continues, "I've been getting reports that someone is trespassing at the old village hall." Okay, so here's where it gets interesting. She's mad because someone apparently went into the village hall without permission, and she's all like, whether you're an ex-employee or a resident, I don't understand why you're in there or how you even got the code. She's all worked up about it like it's the end of the world, so Tiffany makes it crystal clear. If you're caught trespassing, she'll prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law. You can't just go into a government building unannounced or without being invited. Sounds fair enough, right? But here's where it all comes full circle. Tiffany says, "It was brought to my attention that someone, a former Village of Benton employee, is wearing the Village of Benton uniform." And guess what? Yes, you heard me right. This is considered impersonating a Village of Benton employee now. Stick with me, because this is where it gets really wild. Turns out, someone Tiffany fired back in 2021, when she was first stepping into her role, is still walking around wearing Village of Benton gear. Like she's still on the job. The official stuff. The village uniform. Strutting around in Tiffany's Super Mayor merch. And y'all, this is straight up petty. Let's just call it what it is. But wait, there's more. What Tiffany says next is why we're talking about it now. Tiffany makes it very clear. Once you've been fired, you no longer work for the Village of Benton. She says this with so much authority, like she's a final word on the matter. But here's the twist. This is the same woman, the same person who, after firing someone, feels it's okay to allow the merch to keep circulating even after you're out of the job. Can you believe that? It's like she's the only one allowed to hold the keys to the kingdom. But when it comes to anyone else, they gotta follow the rules to the letter. And that, my friends, is where it gets real messy. Tiffany's holding people accountable for things she's clearly letting slide herself. The irony here is off the charts. She's out here acting all high and mighty, talking about how you can't be impersonating a Village of Benton employee if you've been fired. She says it's illegal to wear the uniform, use the logos, or even pretend to work there after you're out the door. But hold up, did she forget she was just out there acting like the mayor at an Easter event? Even though she's not the mayor anymore, here's where things get really messy. Tiffany, who's out here telling everyone not to impersonate employees after being fired, shows up at this Easter event, giving away food that she didn't even pay for, pretending like she's still the mayor. But wait, she's not the mayor anymore, right? She's not even the supervisor. But there she is, standing in front of buildings and acting like she's both. Girl, that's some straight up cosplay right there. Hey, it's Super Mayor, how y'all doing? Sis, we all know you're not the mayor anymore. You're out here pretending to be both the mayor and the supervisor, and that's just a joke. She's just playing dress up while real issues get ignored. Classic Tiffany. So, Tiffany was just talking about how once you're fired, you can't be walking around in the village gear, right? Well, guess what, Tiffany? You got fired. Honey, alright y'all, let's dive into this, but first, hit that like button, subscribe, share this video, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. We got some serious tea today. So buckle up, let's talk about Tiffany. Yes, the same Tiffany who's been causing all this drama. She's out here acting like the authority on who can and can't represent the Village of Benton after being fired. But there's a whole lot of irony in her actions. Tiffany's been on a power trip for years, and it's honestly hilarious because she's been impersonating the mayor and the supervisor long after she lost the job. She wants to act like she's the boss. But honey, the law says you need to stop cosplaying as the mayor. It's not a good look, especially when you're not even supposed to be in charge anymore now. Let's talk about that wig. Sis, they might need to snatch that thing off you when they lock you up because it's giving fishing line fabric. Honestly, it looks like something you'd use to tie a boat together, not wear on your head. The color job is a whole disaster. Like you tried to go blonde but ended up with a mix of yellow, brown, and a total accident. Tiffany, honey, we know you didn't bleach your hair at home with a box dye kit, but it sure looks like it. Whoever made that wig clearly didn't know what they were doing. And to make it worse, you paid $1,000 for it. I don't care who made it. There's no way that wig is worth that much money. You definitely got upcharged. And that's the real irony right there. It's honestly wild that Tiffany paid all that money for something that looks like a DIY disaster. She's out here acting all high and mighty while wearing a wig that screams, "I have no idea what I'm doing." But wait, it gets better. Tiffany's acting like she's the one in charge, all while she's impersonating the mayor and the supervisor. Seriously, she keeps telling people not to impersonate village employees after being fired. But it's like, Tiffany, you're doing the exact same thing. The irony is off the charts, and it's all catching up to her now. Let's also talk about how Tiffany's been making this whole impersonating a village employee thing into a huge deal. Someone she fired is apparently wearing the village uniform, and she's all over it, acting like it's a crime. But Tiffany, come on. They probably just need to grab their stuff. And you're out here making it seem like they're committing some sort of grand offense. Classic Tiffany, blowing things way out of proportion just to make herself feel important. It's honestly a joke, and then Tiffany shows up at this Easter event, pretending to still be the mayor, giving away food she didn't even pay for. Sis, you're not the mayor anymore. You're not the supervisor either. But there you are, standing in front of buildings, acting like you're both. Talk about cosplay, and let's be real, this is not a good look. You're out here pretending to be someone you're not, and people are seeing through it. The whole acting tough thing is just a cover-up for how petty you're being. No one's fooled by it, Tiffany. Now, let's get into the most hilarious part. Tiffany is out here talking about how you can't wear the village gear if you've been fired, but she's been running around acting like she's still the mayor. I mean, the irony is just too real. You can't say it's illegal to impersonate a village employee when you're doing it yourself. It's honestly unbelievable. But you know what? I see right through it. Here's my little prediction. June 7th, 2021. Feels like a turning point, but I'm seeing March 2024 in my psychic vision. Tiffany, get ready because someone's about to snatch your job, and you won't even see it coming. But don't worry. This lady right here is going to be in a much better place 3 years from now, happy, at peace, and free of all this drama. But only if you stop acting like such a hot mess, Tiffany. You could turn things around, but it's going to take more than just pretending to be in charge. The petty act is not a good look now. About that ice rink, don't name it after your daughter. I'm telling you, that's going to be super weird. It's one of those things that seems like a bad idea now, and you're going to regret it later. Just stop before you make it even worse. Okay, and Tiffany, sweetie, let's talk about your makeup. You've piled on so much foundation. It looks like you haven't washed your face in days. It's honestly like you're trying to cover up dry skin. But honey, all you're doing is making it worse. It's not cute. You're literally drowning in layers of foundation, and it's giving, I don't know what I'm doing. That's the vibe you're giving off right now. All right, I've had my fun, but let's wrap this up. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you want more of this tea. Show some love, y'all. And if you want to keep me here, consider becoming a member. It helps a lot. All right, behave yourselves. I'm out.